Hi and welcome to this week's Monday Live. It's going to be a live that not just for this week but for most of next week, because next Monday I don't have the opportunity to go live, and neither the Monday just before Christmas. So this week stretches almost 2 weeks, and then I will I will record a video to put up the weekend, yes, Saturday or Sunday before Christmas, and then I will do one more for the holidays, including New Year's, and then I will be back live first Monday in the new year. So that's how it is. That's the practical stuff around this last part of the year. Then I will now I will present, of course, as usually, there will be the opportunity to get your own card, not just for the week, because it's for the next 10 to 12 days or something about that. And I'm using tarot, quantum tarot, very nice deck. This on the back, and for instance 10 of Pentacles, for instance, look like this. So it's very with the universal, and and we have the Knight of Cups here. We have here, and I'm not quite sure what constellation it is. It's picturing, but it's picturing a constellation in the back also. So yeah, it's very interesting. And the Magician, like this, for instance, like they're different, but I like to work with them. They put another level on, and then they'll put another level on it all. And then I have the Healing Waters Oracle here for you, and have, they have this look at this on the back, and for instance like this in the front with the Healing Lagoon, or the King Tide, or the Isle of Avalon, for instance. Very beautiful art. So first I'm going to pull some cards for all of us for the period. One, two, three. One card that sort of lays the foundation for the whole period, and then 2 cards for about the first 6 to 7 days, like almost a week, and then a couple of cards for the rest of the period until I put up the pre-recorded video. So that's how we're going to do that, and then the personal cards for you guys if you catch me on live here. And I hope there are not any problems, so I have to repeat the live, because if I have, it can be a problem, because I have to leave early today because I have some treatment as a physiotherapist, and I cannot. So I hope it works. The Danish one, it looked like it worked, and then when I went onto it, I was just sat there about 21 minutes, and then it said 6 minutes, like nah. So, well, anyway, let's get on with it. We're going to get one card from the Healing Waters for the whole period, and then after that 2 cards. Let's see from where when we get to it. This is the sort of overall energy, the underlying energy of it all, and it's plunge. So you see, as she's diving in, so really about diving in. It's not holding back anymore. It's time for you to either take the next, not necessarily just next step, but take the leap, So get into it, get started, get on with it. It's time. It's definitely time. So really important that you just take that steps. You just do it. Like some of the commercials, I don't remember from what. It doesn't matter. They say just do it. And this card sort of says the same. Plunge. So plunge in. Stop holding back. Get into it. And it might be something literally. It can be something literally, of course, that you're wondering, is it time now? Or so, yes, it's time to get started. It's time to do it. It can also be something within yourself, a process. You're working on yourself, habit changing, the surface like, whoa, okay. But that's the Pluto and Aquarius energy, combined with other stuff also, of course, that say, yes, it's time to change, it's time to do something about it. What has restricted us, what has held us back, it's time to do something else. And it's both in our inner world with ourselves and in the outer world, on the global plane. It's time to do something else. So just get on with it, dive into it, make those changes, take that steps, make those leaps, take those leaps. That's kind of the overall energy for the whole period. And I sense it's not just for now, but it's at least for the rest of the year. This is like more or less influenced by other influenced by other things, of course, also. But I really sense that this is the main core. This is the main energy. This is the core energy. So 2 cards, one from each, for about the first 6 to 7 days. So that's about, yeah, around the weekend, first coming weekend. So this is the first card, and then a card from the other deck. Let's see. Oh wow, we have the star. We have the star. And we have the card for soul purpose. Okay? And call about for soul purpose. And the healer and the seer and the star. So we are changing into this, into more capability than we have ever had before, to connect with the stars, with the universe, with the stars within us, with the healer and seer within. And how can I put it in words? It feels like the language is a little bit less for words here. Help me with the right words, please. Help me with the right words. Or give me a picture I can explain, or show me in one way or another. Yeah, the stars reaching. Yeah. Really about reaching out by reaching within by taking in the universal force, the creative force, and follow that call. Follow that call where your soul's calling you. And you can see here on this card here, the star card here, there's not just a big star here, but she is holding, or he, not quite sure, but the figure, it might be a male, yeah, it looks like a male, is holding sort of 2 lights also. It can be 2 planets, 2 small suns, you know, that it's connecting the heavens with the waters here and the waters on earth. So connecting heaven with earth, I feel that's an important thing here, and balancing it out. But also the inner world. The water is also very much the emotion, but it's calm and it's lit up by the light from above. So balancing, I get the sense that this is balancing energy with light from above and light from within, especially when you quiet yourself enough to hear your soul, to hear where it's calling you. It can be calling you in sensations, words, ideas of words, pictures, ideas of pictures, feelings, knowings. It can call you in any kind of way. Important thing is that you listen, and you can listen, because you have this star energy within yourself. So the energy now is to do that. This also reminds me of the picture from the Aquarius, you know, with where he's in the water and having, you know, his position. He hasn't got this jar where water is flowing from, but there's the connection from the universe to the water and the skies, from the heavens to the water. It's like the connection, like in the picture from the Aquarius picture, the man in that. So for me, it's really stepping into something new. We had the plunge card for before, so it's really about stepping into something new. In the first week, you are asked to follow your call. You're not just invited to follow that call, you are asked to, and stepping into that energy and take those steps. And it's not that after the first week you don't do that anymore, but you should think that by that time you have begun, you have stepped into it, you have noticed what it is, and you have taken at least the first or maybe two first steps in that direction. So cards from two cards from the Quantum Tarot to from about the weekend, and and the next week from the first weekend. So the next weekend we step into and onto the weekend before Christmas. So that's about a week. Hi, Pixie Dust. Hi. I was wondering if anyone came up here on my last live this year. Not my last video, but my last live. I will record, pre-record a video later this week, and it will be put up not the first weekend, but the weekend before Christmas. So let's see. These two cards here are for from about the weekend, the first weekend, and until the weekend before Christmas. These are the extra energy or the energy that's there working with this plunge energy, where we first had this following the call and stepping into it really, and then after we have done that, we are really supported in continuing and creating our world, because we have the King of Pentacles looking like this, represented also by Saturn, both in the marker, the astrological sign here of Saturn, but also with the planet here, Saturn with its rings. So I imagine that he is, this is Saturn Kronos, one of the old gods. Before the old Greek gods, there were the Titans. So, and Kronos was one of the Titans. So it's really steady energy. It's energy that can make things happen if you give it time. So it's time when you have stepped into it, you have taken the steps, taken the deep, plunged in, followed your call. Now it's time to continue to keep doing the work, and that will bring on changes. We have the Five of Wands, so it can feel a bit struggling, maybe just within yourself. Is it the right thing? Is it the wrong thing? Am I doing it right? It can be struggling a little bit with what is happening around you, and you can feel like, whoa, does it have to be like this? But with the King of Pentacles here and Saturn is asking you, yes, you are doing the right thing. If you're following your call here, then keep doing that and keep holding on to that, and you will be rewarded, because King of Pentacles here, it can be hard work, but it's also a manifestation. It can be, just a minute, it can really be, okay, you are doing your part, and then the universe will respond and say, yes, you are doing that. You are taking charge of your own life. You are making the changes. And you can see how, where these staffs are connecting, the wands are connecting. There are spurs of energy. There are coming out, so that's where it meets and it creates new energy. So by continuing being not stubborn but steadfast, the word steadfast, I think, and by continuing and holding on to that process you have started, by following your calling, by plunging in, taking the leap, taking the steps. This is what's the overall energy for the whole period. Then by doing that, then the changes will happen. And you can see how here the 5 stars here, we have the top up here and we have the feet down here. So it's connecting upwards to the universe, to spirit, and while we keep grounded. So by doing the work, by doing what is needed, it be out in practical things in the world, it can be inner work also, by doing what is needed and continuing by doing it, what we set in motion in the beginning of the period, we will be rewarded with the change that we want. We will be rewarded with change happening. Okay, so that's the the main energy. So Pixie, a card for you, or 2 cards for you, a card tarot. I'm going to mix these cards in again. 2 cards for Pixie Dust from the tarot. And remember, Pixie Dust, it's not just until next Monday, it's until the weekend before Christmas. So, and then remember also to keep an eye out for the video. I will be at a place where I am not having probably not access to my computer. So I'm only on my phone, and on my phone I don't know if it's even possible, even though I also have the studio app, to set it so when you subscribe you can see what sort of video there's on my start page. So keep an eye out, and when you subscribe like you do, of course, otherwise you wouldn't be in here. Then if you subscribe to all notifications, you will get a notification when I put it up, and I will probably put it up the weekend before Christmas, but I cannot say now whether it will be Saturday or Sunday. I will do what feels right, and I will make the video here later this week. Oh, so this is real. Oh, this is kind of interesting. This is like real interesting. Good thing I mixed them back in the cards. You have the 6 of Swords, and that is also really about, taking a journey to away from some what has been hard, or now is hard, or at least now I feel like, I feel you can see the 3 of Swords down there. Can you see more of them? It is 6 of Swords, but I can only see the 3 of them. That's interesting. Oh, that's because the swords are there's also a lot of birds. I don't know if you can see the birds. You can see them. When I hold it right in the light, you can sort of see the birds. But there are 3 swords down here. I really feel that it's about leaving behind the sadness, leaving behind the sorrow, by taking on a new journey. And it feels like it has begun. It has set, this little boat has set away from shore. So the journey has begun, and you got the King of Pentacles also here with Saturn. So you especially will will really gain for doing the work, but keep on paddling, so to speak, to keep on moving away from the sadness and the sorrow and the harder times towards calmer waters. You can also see it's